Hey guys, it's LazyBoy Marksman here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my experience with Beast Mode. I've only played it previously once before this, and this was my second hand at it. But before we get there, I'd like to tell you about my evening. I ran into this guy the other day, and he was a complete D-bag. Everything you could possibly think of, like I explained it in my previous video, but this guy is now e-stalking me. He sent me two messages previously on Xbox, and the third one he actually posted on my YouTube channel, so he's obviously following me, and I'd like to thank him for the views, because that's a significant boost to my channel. And the fact that I showed him off, he should be thanking me for sending people his way, because after claiming he was famous and I wasn't known, and based off the comments to my video from my subscribers, one of which told me this guy only has like 9, I feel enlightened and quite happy to know that he really is a douchebag and he's not even able to back up his claims of being known over the internet. Like, he might be known to the people he knows in his general vicinity, that being his mother and father, but I assume that's pretty much it. So I'm going to now take you over to show you my stats. This guy is so concerned about his stats that it hurts me. Like, it pains my brain to think that his KD outweighs a team-oriented game. And I mean, it's nice to have good stats, but frankly, if you're playing a team game and you're not helping your team, then you're really very useless. You're that guy who, in the firefight, wanders up to find the power weapon that's exclusive, that's, pretty much useless to anyone if they're not particularly skilled with it. And generally, you're that douchebag who's not generally skilled with the weapon and picks it up anyway. You claim you're a sniper rifle prodigy, torque bow master, whatever the case may be, and you do absolutely shit for the team because you left them hanging where they were all going and they die. And you're the last man standing, not particularly because you're good, it's because you're a fucking D-bag. So I'm gonna get past that and show you my stats because I really don't care. And I'd rather have it out in the air and for everyone to see than to perpetually insult other people over a KD that never mattered in Gears 1. I don't believe it works in Gears 2. I've only played Gears for a very limited amount of time, being Gears of War 2 that is, because when it first launched, the multiplayer was like completely ass words. You took forever to connect to a game, and even if you connected, if you weren't on the host team, it was pretty much like shooting marshmallows at people. And after having the experience of what Gears of War 1 was like, I seriously could not play this mode and game and be happy. Gears of War 2 innovated quite a bit, but it frankly was a monstrosity in the multiplayer avenue, which deterred me, and I moved on to other games. And by the way, if you know anybody on YouTube that's apparently pretty popular, you're not allowed to have friends. Because if you're not as known as Fuzzhat, or I don't know how you pronounce it, I know how to spell it though, unfortunately, you're not allowed to hang around with cool people. And I never claimed I was good. I claimed I once was good, once upon a time, it's like a fairy tale, except I don't have a happy ending because currently I'm getting my ass torn off in these games. But, that's life, and I'm a casual player. I'm not an elitist. Well, when you think about my friends list, have you seen how small it is? Yeah, I'm kind of an elitist in who's on my friends list because I really don't want to be bothered by people. However, I'm kind of branching out since I jumped into the YouTube community. I'm trying to find people that are fun to play with on a regular basis. So anyone I previously had denied you friend request, basically send me a message, man, let me know who you are, and I'll probably add you. If you just send me a friend request and nothing attached to it, like who you are, what you play, why do you know me, etc., I'm probably just going to delete you because, frankly, blind invites, like to be friends, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be your friend. Like, we played Call of Duty with this one guy, his name was Nick, and his Xbox handle is MSU Killers, man. I had him on my friends list, and let me say, he's no longer there. This guy was the stereotypical douchebag that just whines the entire game, complains about everything, Jesus doesn't make his bullets work, whatever. So, I was like, you know what, I really have to be picky about who is on my friends list, because I don't want to hear that. I mean, I rage enough as it is, and I'm pretty quiet about it. I might say, fuck, whatever, and fuck this, I hate that, blah 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 blah, but I don't scream into my microphone or blame my team or whine and say this is broken, needs to be nerfed, whatever. So here's beast mode, moving past my rant, and the random guys I decided to play with, since they suggested it, were like, let's do checkout, it's the easiest. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not used to this anyway. And then he was like, don't play it on insane. And I was like, why not? I was really looking forward to insane, you know what I mean, the challenge, or even get my ass handed to me because it's funny. But no, he was like, let's just do it on hardcore since there's only 3 of us. So I was like, alright, cool. And then I started playing around as the ticker, which I have to say is very satisfying, because in the campaign, in all of them, I should add, they're very annoying. However, playing as one, you really enjoy that crazy little sound they make, which, if you actually hit the A button for your speed burst, becomes even increasingly fervent, and it is fun. Not to mention, you can spontaneously combust on a whim, and or if you get shot or run into something too much, which can be annoying, since, you know, you are alive for about half a second. But the fact that you have area effects splash damage, AoE for you super nerds like myself, makes it really worthwhile. The wild ticker is junk in comparison. He has no explosions and dies too easily. From there, I decided, I tried everything else in the first run that I was in beast mode, and I was like, you know what, that Serapede thing was insanely difficult to kill in the single player campaign. So I was like, I'm going to give one a try. So there I was, playing as one, and I discovered it does not have a speed boost, which means you travel at the speed of smell, probably faster than a boomer. Well, actually, I think he has a sprint, so he has you trumped there. However, when he runs out of ammo, it takes so long to get your ammo back, it's painful. So I think the Serapede is definitely the biggest bang for your buck. Although it's not capable of healing like the rest of the creatures in beast mode, except for the... I think the Corpser's the one that can do it, and I never even knew about that until later. I'll comment on that in a second. But this creature's armor, defense, whatever you want to call it, base stat, is through the roof. This thing can take punishment, it can chew or walk straight through everything except for lasers pretty much easily. And like I said, it's really a bang for your buck when you think about it in comparison to the other options. And then the guy that originally went, I think his name was Demon something, he was like, hey dude, you could have this Corpser. So I was like, alright, I'll try the Midget Corpser, why not? And it really is effective. This thing is mowing you, it's monstrous, it's really just pretty impressive, and it travels at a fair clip. And it takes punishment. However, when your player friend is playing Candace and you're starting to heal him, well, he should heal you. However, in this circumstance, I'm starting from heal me and he won't. However, he does decide to take the time to tell me this thing and heals it up and goes. So, I learned how to dig a hole in my own friend, which was significantly impressive. I mean, I was able to help this thing for everything it was worth. Dying as a Corpser generally means you ran into bear, whatever you prefer. I'm not Canadian, so I say things my way. And I'm not Canadian, I'm Cape Breton. I want to live in the middle of motherfucking Egypt, so we gotta have real time. Like when I try to say things too early, I'm actually trying to say too early. It just comes that way. But back to Corpser, and sort of at the Memphis sounds like that as well. But the Corpser is astonishing in that for what you pay for it and the ability to heal, which they cannot hurt you while you're on the ground, and you can wait for them to walk through their laser fucking stuff, and by stuff I mean barricade, because I've been running into my linking skills. But once they walk through that, they just shut off, which probably by now, and it takes expression faces, his body, his whole bunch of things. That said, it is kind of hard to compare it at times. I mean, there could be a guy like directly beside you or under you, just spamming your attack, and it's just harsh, which is kind of tedious and I find annoying. By the way, I was wrong when I said that the first thing you get is hard because it's cool. I discovered it also runs around a boomer. I was hit by it, so I really didn't have much to explain. But I did get tagged by her, which kind of sucked. And the rest of the guys are pretty much helping these creatures, which I say is very fun. Sorry about that. The audio thing picks it up sort of, and I don't edit it because it takes too long, and I just put it up raw, because it's funny that way. And I just did it again. I'm really dry, and I'm drinking my water during this, so let's just pass that, except the fact that I'm going to have to swallow. So, I didn't get a chance to actually capture my stint as the observer, because when I turned on my VR, I just want to get that 7. I goofed out till about 11 in the morning, and the file size was absolutely massive. I actually forgot I was taping.